has no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Time again for the Underdog Show, starring that champion of champions, Underdog.
When criminals in this world appear and break the laws that they should fear and frighten all who see or hear, the cry goes up both far and near for Underdog. 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 Speed of lightning, roar of thunder, fighting all who love or plunder. Underdog.
Those two villainous villains, Biggy Rat and Itchy Brother, had failed again and again in their attempts to take over the kingdom. So they opened up a gypsy fortune-telling parlor. While Itchy, disguised as Madame Goulash, was telling fortunes, Biggy Rat was making sure the fortunes came true.
The crystal ball is getting, now clear. Man, are you in for a surprise? I mean, there is a big surprise for you in the future.
Yeah? What kind of surprise, huh, Madame Goulash?
Money! You are going to be, very surprised about a certain sum of money.
And surprised he would be. While Itchy was getting the customer all excited about his surprise, Biggy was stealing his wallet. But later that day...
What a crummy racket. We told fortunes and stole wallets all day long, and we only made 3 bongo bucks.
Yeah, that's not even enough for a cup of espresso. And besides, I'm getting tired of wearing this kooky costume. I'd rather go back to overthrowing kingdoms. Doesn't pay much, but...
Great. For once in your life, you got an idea. We'll tell old Kingsy's fortune, and...
But, gee, Biggy's already got a fortune. There's the palace and the crown jewels and
Listen, you jerky gypsy. This is Biggy talking, see? And what I say goes, see? We're going to tell Kingsy that the crystal ball here says he should go for a vacation in the far west. And...
why the far west? Man, I think Bermuda for vacation.
Oh, lionhead. Don't you watch TV? In the west, we can have Kingsy scalped, pushed over the edge of the Grand Canyon, or shot down at the pass. If those don't work, we can always lose them on the freeway.
Okay, Big, I dig.
Now, here's what we're gonna do.
Meanwhile, back at the palace...
You know, True Blue Odie, things are so calm and peaceful around here that it might be a good idea to take our vacation at this time.
Where shall we go to this year, sire?
But at that very moment, outside the palace window...
Let's see. There's Switzerland and Netherland and Somaliland. Then what's that infernal racket?
I believe it is a band of wandering gypsies, sire.
Fortunes, have your fortune told. Learn the secrets of the future. Madame Goulash sees all, knows all, tells all.
They're fortune tellers, your highness.
Well, have them come in. Not that I believe any of that nonsense, but it might be amusing.
And so the two, wandering gypsies were brought into the palace, which was just what they wanted.
Let me look into the crystal ball.
Come on, don't overdo it. Tell them the fortune and let's get out of here.
I see that you are going on a long journey.
Amazing! Now, how did you know that? I didn't know myself until a few minutes ago.
The crystal ball knows all. Also, the crystal ball tells where you're going.
Where am I going? I mean going.
Not Switzerland.
No.
Not Netherlands. Not Somaliland.
No. Then where? Where?
You're going west. Crystal ball says, go west, young man, go west.
Somehow that sounds familiar. Could be, Kingsley. This here crystal ball once belonged to the great American fortune teller, Madame Greeley. Oh, then it's the American West you're talking about.
Yes, I see much fun for you. Beautiful scenery, friendly people, real Indians, real cowboys.
The King and Odie started packing at once for what they were sure was going to be the most exciting vacation they ever had. But what dangers lie ahead? We'll find out in our next exciting episode, Wild and Wobbly.
Ever since the day Tennessee's dog, Howler, rescued Stanley Livingston from the lake, the two had been fast friends. Howler watched over Stanley like a mother over a child. He was, in fact, watching one particular morning, not long ago, when the mayor called on Stanley.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning, Stanley. I've come to rehearse the ceremony with you.
Your ceremony?
Yes. Don't you remember? This afternoon I'm going to pin a medal on you for having the best run zoo in the city.
Oh, yes, indeed. That medal.
Yes, I thought we could run through it a few times so there won't be any slip-ups later.
Good.
Yes, well, I'll make a little, speech and then pin on the medal, so let's get started.
Gee, Tennessee, what are they doing?
Looks like the mayor's going to pin a medal on Stanley. Isn't that cute, Chumley? Howler thinks the mayor is going to hurt Stanley. And it gives me great pleasure. Stanley, what in thunder is a dog doing in this zoo? No dogs allowed. It's the law.
I know, Your Honor, but this is a very special dog. He saved my life.
Well, get him locked up then so I can get down from this tree.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, right away. Tennessee, take Howler and lock him up in the doghouse. Bolt the door. Nail it shut.
Sorry, Howler. Orders are orders. You're sure he won't come back?
All safe, Mayor. We can get on with the rehearsal now.
Yes. Where was I? Oh, yes. Fellow citizens, we are gathered here today to... And so I pin this medal. Here he comes again. Livingston. Achoo. I thought you said he was... Achoo. Locked up.
Well, he was, Your Honor, but he got away. This time, I'll take care of him myself. It's for your own good, Howler.
Now, shoo! Can we proceed? Shoo! With the rehearsal.
All clear, Your Honor.
Where was I? Oh, yes. Fellow citizens, it gives me great pleasure to say at this day...
What's the matter, Howler, baby? Somebody tie you up? I'll let you go.
Chumley, you didn't let him go.
Yeah, Tennessee. He was...
Chumley, come on. Therefore, I pin this medal. Good grief. Get him away from me. Get him away!
But he won't hurt you.
Is that your dog, Tennessee Tuxedo? Yes, it is. Well, get him out of here. No dogs allowed in this zoo. Please, Mr. Mayor, he's a very good dog. We'll make him behave. We'll teach him. Ha! Well, all right. Anything to get down from here. But one more time. One more time, and out he goes. Now take him away.
Gee, Tennessee, we don't know how to train a dog.
No, but Mr. Whoopi will. Come on, Chumley.
So, you want to give Howler obedience training, eh? Well, we'll have to bone up on that. Get it, bone? Oh, yes, I always like a little... How old is Howler?
About 8 months, I guess.
Oh, just perfect. Serious training should not begin before dogs are 6 or 8 months old. Now, the first thing to remember is that a dog learns by association. He learns to do those things which have pleasant results, and he learns not to do those things which have unpleasant results.
I get it. Pat him on the head when he does right, and clobber him when he does it wrong.
Oh, no, it's not necessary to hurt him, my boy, not at all. Just let him know you're displeased. Now, the most important piece of training equipment is the training collar. It is made of chain and is formed into a slip loop, like this. When the dog makes a mistake, you give a quick tug to the leash. The chain tightens around the dog's neck just for a second, and he knows he's been corrected. Oh, here, let me demonstrate with my dog, Pepper. Here, Pepper, sit. Good girl. Remember, it's very important to praise the dog after he's done something correctly.
Get that down, Chumley. Praise the dog.
The first thing Howler is going to learn is to heel. That means walking along on your left side, or your right side if you prefer, with his head at your knee, like this. Then we'll teach him to sit and stay and to lie down on command. Down, and finally to come when called. Come, Pepper! Oh, good girl, good girl. And then...
Wait a minute, Mr. Whoopi. How long is all this going to take?
Oh, well, with a little hard work, maybe a couple of months.
Months? Mr. Whoopi, we have to do it by the time the mayor comes back this afternoon.
Oh, my. Well, he's a very exceptional dog.
Oh, he's exceptional.
Yeah, and smart, too.
Well, then you may be able to teach him one thing in that short time.
Well, if we can teach him only one thing, we'd better teach him to sit still so he won't chase the mayor.
All right. To train a dog to sit, pull up on the leash, and at the same time push down on the hindquarters and say, sit. Always remember to praise him when he does it correctly. Oh, good, Pepper.
Does it matter what word you use when you want him to sit?
Well, no, not really. The important thing is to always use the same word. Dogs can't understand English, you know. You can even say, gesundheit. Yes.
Phineas J. Whoopi, you're the greatest. Thanks a million. All right, Howler, you're going to get your first lesson. You are going to learn to sit when you're told. Now, what was that word Mr. Whoopi said to use?
Gesundheit.
That's it, gesundheit.
And soon Howler, being an exceptional dog, had learned to sit down when he heard the word.
Gesundheit. Good boy, Howler. Well, I think he's got it, Chumley. The next time he starts after the mayor, all we have to do is say gesundheit. Good boy. And he'll sit down.
Gee, Tennessee, now we can all go and watch Stanley get his medal.
Yes, and when the great moment arrived, Tennessee, Chumley, and Howler were right there.
And we are gathered here today to present a medal to that paragon of virtue and animal husbandry, Dr. Stanley Livingston.
Tennessee, I think Howler's getting ready to grab the mayor.
I'll just say the magic word and... Yow! I can't remember it. Quick, what is it?
Rumpelstiltskin.
Ishkabibble.
Gigglehoppers.
Macintosh.
Stoofus.
McGee-Filfolds.
Therefore, as mayor of this great city, it is with great pleasure that I present this medal to Stanley Livingston.
Gatefold!
Gollywog!
Gazelle!
Gazebo!
Too late, Chumley, I can't walk. Achoo!
Gesundheit.
Thank you. So I pin this medal on Stanley R. Livingston for having the zoo with the best behaved animals.
Gee, Tennessee, Stanley finally got his medal after all.
Yes, Chumley, and that medal is nothing to sneeze at.
It was the opening game of the baseball season at Hankee Stadium. And on this same day, there began one of the most baffling crimes of all time. Frankfurter thefts. Yes, throughout the stadium, the very moment a Frankfurter was purchased, it suddenly vanished into thin air.
I tell you, Hunter, it's a real mystery, it is. Someone stealing Frankfurters.
Well, son, now, first off, I'd say you better start using the southern name for Frankfurters. Hot dogs. Yeah, that's a joke, son.
Please, now, Hunter, there's work to be done.
Say no more, son. The crime is as good as solved. For I am the hunter. Arriving at Hankee Stadium, the hunter quickly donned his disguise.
Frankfurt, I say, get your hot franks here.
I'll take two, buddy.
Coming up, son. Here you are. Just 40 cents will do it. Frankfurters, I say, get your hot franks.
What are you, a wise guy? Selling me 2 empty buns? Take this. Somebody burned off the brights, turned off the kites, purred off. I say, help!
Hunter saw your back, are you? And the case all solved, I'll wager.
Well, not quite, son, but I'll say this. You better change the name of Hankee Stadium.
Change the name?
That's it. I say change it to Hankee Panky Stadium. Yeah, there's a lot of tomfoolery going on here.
Please, Hunter. This is a serious business, me boy. Do you think the fox is at the bottom of it all?
I'm sure of it, son, but have no fear. Seeing as this is a meaty problem, I figure to start at the very beginning. I'm taking my plane to Germany.
Yes, the clever mind of the hunter had made a connection. Frankfurters and Frankfurt, Germany. Unfortunately, he made a slight miscalculation in navigation.
Monsieur, you are in trouble, no?
Well, it's more like yes, son. Where in the cotton-blooming world is Frankfurt?
Frankfurt? Oui, monsieur. I can drive you there for a fee.
Well, now, how much, son? What's your tourist rate?
Un moment, monsieur. Yes. 50 francs, monsieur. 50 francs.
50? What's that? Did you say francs? Hold on, son. I am the hunter. I'm arresting you in the name of the United States of America. Let me out of here. I say let me go.
Oui, monsieur, you are going immediately.
Moments later, the hunter was aboard a huge transport bound for Washington, D.C. Weary from his travels, he was just dozing off when...
That's right. Worth the world to me.
Mighty fine. And this is my Frank. This was taken up at our summer hideaway.
Sounds like the perfect place for Frank. Always and plenty of hot water, I'll bet.
Yeah, that's it. You there. Put up your hands. So you're the one behind the Frank thefts, huh? And cooking them up at your hideaway. A clever scheme, but...
Thanks, pal. Some kind of nut, I guess. Better get the pilot.
You'll all pay for this. I say harboring a dangerous criminal is a crime, son. What's more, I paid first-class rates and got nary a bit of food. You'll hear from my senator, son.
Free once more, the hunter started his journey back to New York, when a huge sign caught his eye.
Giant Frankfurter roast, all you can eat, 25 cents. Reasonable. I say a real deal if I ever saw one.
Hey, suckers, friends. All you can eat for a quarter. Hot Frankfurters get 'em while they're hot. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I'll take a dozen, son. I like to see an honest man make himself... Wait a minute.
Look out, you clumsy ox, you...
I might have known. The fox and the Frankfurters. How can we ever repay you?
Well, now, a little mustard would go right nice.
Officer, who was that hero?
That, me laddie, was the hunter.
In our last episode, those two villains, Biggy, Rat, and Itchy Brother, had disguised themselves as gypsy fortune-tellers and convinced the king he ought to spend his vacation in the far west. But while the king and Odie were packing, Biggy and Itchy were already on their way to the far west to prepare a most unwelcome welcome. And by the time the king and Odie arrived, the two villains were all set with the first part of their plan.
It was a brilliant thought of mine to come to the far west, True Blue Odie. Look at that scenery. And look there, Odie, Indians. Just like the fortune teller said there would be. Okay, Chief Mangy Man, you know what you're supposed to do.
And that's big, like we're coming on real strong with the wagon train bit. Riding round and round, shooting off arrows and all that sitting bull jazz.
Okay, then. Let's go. Look, they're coming to welcome us with one of their quaint tribal customs. All these Americans always putting on a show for visiting dignitaries like myself. Spare no expense.
I wish they'd spare some of those arrows, sire. They're too close for comfort.
Nonsense. It's all good, clean fun. But if it bothers you, drive on. Wise guys, they got away. Now we gotta head them off at the pass.
I believe we are coming to a pass, sire. Oh, no, it's blocked.
Sorry, partner, the road's closed. Have to go the rest of the way by stagecoach along the Chisholm Trail.
Say now, that sounds like fun. Let's go.
All right, old wrangler. Take care of your passengers.
Like he was my own brother. Yeah!
ride. It's breathtaking, sire.
And then they reached the top of the trail.
Like bon voyage, brother. From here on, it's downhill all the way.
We seem to be going for faster. Looking.
It looked as though the king and Odie would be dashed to pieces in the runaway coach. But True Blue Odie Cologne crawled up on the box and brought the stage to a halt.
Are you all right, my king? Of course I'm all right. But I must say, these Americans certainly do go in for realistic effects.
Convinced that the Indian raid and stagecoach ride were just fun for tourists, the king continued happily on to the little western town of Gloomstone.
I am beginning to get suspicious, sire. I believe I shall have a look around town. Your suspicions are unfounded, True Blue Odie. I am going to have a glass of lemonade.
No sooner had the king ordered his lemonade when who should swagger into the place but Biggy and Itchy looking for trouble.
Howdy, partners. Don't howdy us. Take this. Very amusing. Now, right between the eyes. Drop it, you cur.
Hey, dig the kook in the cape.
I said drop your weapons. I warn you, I am called El Squero, and I am an expert shot, so don't try. Now, outside. Here they are, Sheriff. Lock them up.
Thanks, El Squero.
Later, when Odie returned to the soda fountain...
Odie, you missed it. The greatest act I ever saw. There was this ridiculous fellow in a cape. El Squero. Oh, it was just too much. I am happy Your Majesty found it amusing.
And so, happily, King Leonardo continued his journey, unaware that he had been saved by True Blue Odie Cologne. What new adventures await them? Don't miss the next exciting episode of The King and Odie.